we watch, we observe, and then we strike. Welcome to Crypto Strikers. My name is Frank. The channel I want to subscribe to for Bitcoin, altcoin, and other crypto analysis. Guys, Bitcoin just broke out from this symmetrical triangle. Are we going to have a continuation movement of this particular pattern to the upside, or we're going to see a downward movement to the downside? You want to find out with me my price target, where I feel the price of Bitcoin might be heading to at the immediate short term, and also my price target for the long term as well. If this is your first time meeting me on the channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell icon, and give the video a thumbs up to support my channel. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video of today. Alright guys, so as we can see, Bitcoin just broke out from this symmetrical triangle, and most definitely we are going to consolidate above this symmetrical triangle for a while before a decision will be made for the price of Bitcoin. But are we going to have a continuation movement in the price of Bitcoin, or we are going to see a downward movement in the price of Bitcoin? So let me give you guys my thoughts where I feel the price of Bitcoin might be heading to. Now let's take a fib retracement first, and we're going to see what is really happening in the price of Bitcoin. Now if you take a fib retracement from this swing low here to this particular swing high that we have here, you can see that the price of Bitcoin eventually, when it gets to the $67,000 range, we're going to find it's more we're going to find some resistance at that particular point there, and once we get to that particular point of $67,000 range, we can extend to the $68,000 range, which is, I believe, is the price target for this symmetrical triangle that we have here. But I feel that once we get to the $67,000 range, we are most definitely going to see a retracement, $67,000 to $68,000 range. We can see a retracement just the way it happened at this particular point. You can see the moment we have a touch at this particular point here, you can see we have a pullback in the price of Bitcoin. And now if the price of Bitcoin eventually gets back to this particular resistance that we have here, I feel we are not going to just break past through the $67,000 to $68,000. We're going to see a slight retracement in the price of Bitcoin to a particular level. And what level do I feel we're going to retrace to, if at all we want to have a retracement in the price of Bitcoin? I feel we're going to have a retracement to this particular price level. Let me show it to you guys. Now guys, if you take a look at this chart very well, we find out that on this particular time frame, in the 4-hour time frame, we saw that Bitcoin broke out from this descending broadening wedge, and once it broke out from the descending broadening wedge, we saw all these impulsive movements in the price. You know, this is a very nice price action that we have here, and as you can see, behold this strong support, you know, this strong resistance, sorry, that we have here, that had been acting at a very strong resistance in the price of Bitcoin. It was finally broken by the Bitcoin price. You can see another one here as well. You can see another one here as well. You can see the moment Bitcoin goes to this particular range, you can see the price retrace back to the downside. You can see when it gets here, eventually after it broke it, you can see it retrace back to the downside. At this particular point here, it retrace back also to the downside. So we can see and tell that this particular level that we have is a very strong resistance for the price of Bitcoin. But eventually, by the help of the descending broadening wedge that we have here, we can see the price of Bitcoin eventually broke out of it, and after breaking out of it, and then we consolidate a bit above it. So now we've broken out of this crazy resistance that we have here. So what will happen? So it just means that once the price of Bitcoin want to retrace, and once we want to get another retracement in the price of Bitcoin, this crazy spot that we have here that has acted as a very strong resistance in the price of Bitcoin, it will now serve as a very strong support for the price of Bitcoin. So if we are having a retracement, I believe we're going to retrace back down to the $63,000 to $64,000 range. I believe that range will be able to hold the price of Bitcoin from coming further down, except we want to have some crazy movement just the way we have around this point here, where we see a crazy candle comes out and liquidate all the longs in the market. We see another one here as well. You know, a crazy candle came and liquidate everything. So all this stuff that is happening here, the market maker, they know exactly what they're doing. So you don't want to like over leverage yourself when it comes to this market, because the more you keep on longing the markets and then keep making money out of it, the market makers as well, they too want to make profit. So that's why you're going to see this kind of crazy candle once in a while come out and liquidate everyone who over leverage themselves and then continue that movement to the upside. So you want to be very careful when you are trading this market. So if we are falling down, definitely the $63,000 to $64,000 range is going to act as a very strong support for the price of Bitcoin. The price, that is where I feel we are going to retrace to if we eventually want to have a retracement in the price of Bitcoin. So guys, as you can see, we have this impulsive movement from this downward path. Let me read to you guys this path that we have here. You can see we have this whole crazy movement, this crazy movements to the upside, and then this signify that the trend is in an upward direction, and then what we have here is just a bit of consolidation, and somehow we've broken out from this particular symmetrical triangle. I believe we're going to have a continuation movement from this impulsive move that we had here. So that continuation movement will take the Bitcoin price to much more higher price target. So I believe that if we take the take the price target of this symmetrical triangle that we have here, you can see that the price target of this particular symmetrical triangle based on the breakout, it will leave the Bitcoin price to, you can see this take the Bitcoin price to $68,000 range. So we still have much more movements to go when it comes to this particular price target, this breakout that does happen for the price of Bitcoin. We still have much more movement to go to the upside. So definitely we're going to get to the $68,000 range and maybe find small extension to the $69,000 range, and then we can retrace back from that particular spot. So we still have much more movements to go. Now guys, if we take the fib extension from based on this particular price target, you can see that something crazy also can occur. Let me take this fib extension from this particular swing low that we have here. Let me take this fib extension from this swing low. Let me take it down to this swing high that we have here, and let me do the extension based on this movement that we can see here. So we can see that this leave the Bitcoin price just above, just at the exact price target of this symmetrical triangle. You can see the fib extension, we still have the 0.382 fib extension, which is sitting around $68,000, and you can see it's in perfect alignment with the symmetrical triangle that we have here, the price target of symmetrical triangle. You can see this is not a coincidence, guys. It's never a coincidence that the fib extension of all those impulsive movements that we have down here, and this small consolidation that we have here as well, is in perfect alignment with this symmetrical triangle that just broke out for the price of Bitcoin. You can see it's in perfect alignment of $68,000. So it means that we are definitely going to have more movements to the upside in the price of Bitcoin to the $68,000 range, and then when we get to the $68,000 range, something crazy can happen. We can just break past through the $68,000 range and get to the next fib extension of 0.5 level, which is sitting around $70,000 to $71,000 range. So you want to keep an eye on this $68,000 range for the price of Bitcoin. And once we get to the $68,000 range, guys, please, if you take a trade around there, it's just take your profit at this point here and wait for a bit confirmation for the Bitcoin price, because you don't want to get to this particular point here, leave your trade open, and then something crazy happen, the price will trace back downward and then even liquidate you when you have the chance of taking your profit. So don't ever make such mistake. When you see opportunity for you to take profit, take your profit in this market, because it's a very crazy market. Something crazy can happen. You can see something like this that can happen. You can see something like this immediately gets to this $68,000, and you can have this crazy dump candle just come and liquidate everyone in the market, and before you know it, the candle will rise back up again. So you don't want to be a victim of something like this. That's why I'm telling you that once you get to this particular point, take your profit and wait for anything that the price wants to present itself to us. So this is one crazy stuff that is going on in the price of Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, because something crazy is also happening in the Bitcoin dominance, and this thing is what will determine either we're going to see the prices of altcoins start skyrocketing, or we're going to see the price of altcoins start dropping. And then we all know, as long as the Bitcoin dominance is falling, altcoins will start skyrocketing, and as long as the Bitcoin dominance is skyrocketing, altcoins will be coming down. So if you hold any shibainu, if you hold any ethereum, if you hold any binance coin, if you hold any cardano, if you hold any SRP or any other altcoin that you have right now, you really want to pay attention to this chart that we have here. So now this is the Bitcoin dominance chart, and this is the most important chart when it comes to you either buying altcoins and keeping it for the long term, or you looking at making some crazy profits when it comes to the altcoin era. So this is the chart that really determines that. So this is the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly time frame, and as you can see, the moment Bitcoin eventually broke out from this particular symmetrical triangle that I drew here. Remember, this is the altcoin season that we had. I said it that once we broke out from this particular symmetrical triangle, we're going to see a crazy drop in the price of Bitcoin dominance, and then that will make some altcoins start moving up, start skyrocketing. We saw some altcoins do 1000%, we saw 100%, we saw 500% in the price of most altcoins. So altcoins will see significant profit once this price action start dropping down. So you really want to pay attention to that as well. So right now we are consolidating around this range, and you can see that the moment this Bitcoin dominance, the moment it gets to this particular range of this channel that we have here, this parallel channel that is forming right here, you can see anytime it goes to this top here, we always see like a pullback in the price of Bitcoin. You can see when we get to this particular range as well, we saw a pullback as well, and now we've retested that particular range as well, and you can see that we are having a bit weakness in the price of Bitcoin. So with this eventually gets to the bottom of this channel that we have here, or are we going to have something like this and bounce back and test this, and then maybe eventually break past through it and then move to another all-time high when it comes to the Bitcoin dominance? So you really want to pay close attention to this parallel channel that we have here. But in my opinion, I feel the moment we touch this particular point here, and then we couldn't consolidate just above or around this range that we have here, you can see the price of Bitcoin starts dropping in this dominance. You can see we saw a drop here, saw another drop, and the fourth candle that is forming, although it's printed a green, but it's kind of like showing a weakness in the price of Bitcoin as well. So I believe that we're gonna most definitely touch this support that we have here in terms of the dominance before we can see a bounce back to the upside. Alright guys, so that's it for this video, and if you find value in this video, give this video a thumbs up, click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell icon as well to support my channel. And without further ado, I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. As always, peace.